You'll know a guard is really good by how they navigate the floor and how they see gaps and also utilize pace to get those gaps. So if you just recognize what's going on, right? You got 3 on this left side. Big cutting down the middle can set you a screen. This player sees what's going on and immediately cuts to get rid of this player right here, right? To just get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. And so now he gets there, thinks the backdoor may happen. Now you don't have a help defender. And cutting across the floor gets you so much attention and puts a lot of pressure on defenses. Now you get that foul. And I ain't gonna lie, he done misses like, he hit his first 3, misses like next 4 to 5. But it's the timing that matters, right? When are you gonna hit them? Right? 5 minutes left, down 9. Right? Next possession, you could have went down and they could have been a double-digit game. You hit that, cut it to 6 instead of it possibly being 12. Late game. This is on Campazzo's part, right? We're gonna get to some other players later. But look, down 6 now, 3:30 left. Right? What's the best way to be able to score? Trying to get yourself to the free throw line now. I'm about to go shoot 2 with the clock stopped, and I'm cutting the lead down. Great way to go on attack, right? And realize how he even developed that foul. Comes down, waves right here. So now the defender's looking, he's splitting his eyes. He's splitting his eyes between the screen and the ball. So boom, I reject. I don't even need a lane to actually go and attack. I just need to bump you after you break your base. Let me mention this though. Look who's on the floor. This is Dallas's 3rd string, right? And now, not to say, oh damn, they suck, they can't play basketball. They're pros at the end of the day, right? But even think about what a pro at these players' age would do for a team if they had some vets like a Campazzo or something like that. What they could teach them. I just want to kind of throw that out there as well. Because say you got some of these guys playing overseas, right? They'll gladly come to the States and be the 14th player, 13th player, and just kind of help some of those other young players learn the game. And so that could be something that teams should look into more, and they should do more, but it just doesn't happen. Same fake. Did it work though? Let me see if it worked. Yeah, he was sitting on that shit. But it bought him time. This is what the fake did. He got here, put that there, and as he did that, he took 1 more step. That 1 more step got him closer to the rim and made the big react a little later. So instead of him being able to read, he's gonna shoot on that initial step. He's not reading it until the one he's jumping. So now he's able to get to that left leg.
That was looked like a nice play out of the timeout. It opened up a lane to drive for A.J. Lawson. But the block shot inside.
He's getting cooked up there. As a defender, guarding on islands, you must trust your backside. You must trust your teammates to communicate. You must trust them, right? Because if not, this is going to happen.
Looked like a nice play.
You begin looking side to side. You begin to get antsy instead of being firm and solid in where you want to send the player. So now you get hit with a move. You mixed up. They still in the bonus. So now they're just getting to the line, just shooting free throws. So as a younger player, this really should just be a learning experience for these younger guys on Dallas. He done missed like 5, 6 straight throughout the course of the game, but if he allowed that to get into his head and say, man, I'm not going to shoot, this would allow him to do this right here. He maintained confidence in himself, right? So even though he gets right here, done missed so many, 3, 4 feet behind the line, he pulls it, fully confident, dagger. Now we peeping Yabusele. Hold on. I barely remember him from the league. I remember he was in Boston for a little stint. His name was a little peculiar, so it stuck out a little bit. I remembered it, right? But as a bigger player, you can see his size, you can see his frame. But essentially, it doesn't matter too much as long as you could, 1, stay healthy, and 2, you could be able to remain in control of it. Because everybody just has a different body, right? So he gets here, gets to these bumps, gets to that fade, all fluid, all under control. Knowing your game for your own size is the key for every player. Sometimes in these actions, I wonder, what if instead of just going all the way through, you just stopped right here? As an offensive player, just think as a defensive player. And like, where is the defense going to try to go recover? What's their lane of recovery, right? Where would that be? And so, in thinking of that, knowing you're coming off the screen, if you go and cut off this lane that they're going to try to take away, which is over the top and not underneath, right? You hold this position on this side, you'll be able to make a catch right in the paint, and if not, right outside the paint. So then it's just 1 dribble, maybe 2, probably 1, and then a score. But now, you ended up getting about 10 feet further out than you could have been. Then you try to get here, gets a little work, post up once again, try to cook up. But guess what? Everybody's not Gordon Ramsay. We ain't 5-star chefs. understand the concept of spacing, right? Ball screen occurs, ball handler goes away from the side that you are if you're Yabusele in the situation, right? And so Grant Williams is going to step over the tag because Dwight Powell had to go and tag on the player with the ball. And so now it's going to leave him open on this side. But now you're like, well, how come he doesn't just stay corner? Right? If he stays corner and he gets a closeout, it's the angle for him to make that pass from the angle that the ball handler was right here to that corner is going to be tough because you have to throw that through Powell. That wing gives you more of an angle to kind of throw it back, and you have a way to actually get it there. And so now he's able to get this shot, but he misses extremely short.
A lot of time in the offseason at the gym while working on his craft.
Well, this is a 5-point game and a stop for Real Madrid.
They be throwing dimes. They really be throwing dimes overseas, bro. Pete,
This is a 5-point game.
like they just see different gaps, right? Because their mentality isn't, oh, I gotta score. How can I get my bucket first? It's let me read the floor and make the right play. That's the thing about this overseas play that I love to see. Because they'll make this catch. All right, we don't have numbers. All right, we got somebody running the rim. And these players are running back on defense. So, boom, let me drop it down the middle. They don't see him running down. Let me put it right exactly where I need to put it for him to catch and get down to that lane.
To be better defensively, I think 23rd defensive rating last year.
Forget the miss, the concept of it in itself. As a big, if you don't have this right here, right, to be able to know how to set a screen, slip out of it, not touch, not get that moving screen, and then short roll for a float, it's going to make the game a lot tougher for yourself. And so as a big, if you got the layups already down packed, the next level should be taking floaters and not jump shots.
Yeah, so yesterday, the first substantive practice that the Mavericks.
Once again. But most importantly, though, about this screen, though, it's the pace after the slip, right? So he ends up going here, not even really hitting Seth. It just puts Seth behind him, right? Put Seth behind the ball handler. So now the ball handler is going downhill without Seth to worry about because he's trailing. And he has more angles to be able to make passes and make the read, right? And so right here now, though, he's going at the speed that matches the ball handler, right? Notice how in sync this ball handler is with the screen, right? The speed. They're matching. Match the whole time. Perfect. In sync. And so that's ultimately done by, on the roller's part, getting to that roll and not trying to rush into space, right? You set that screen, you set that slip, you go, and you're moving according to the ball handler. Swinging.
Because of how much this game meant to him, did the Mavericks even concede that he...
Great job on his rolls, his timing. Because now this is even just understanding the gap, right? Utilizing your peripherals on this play. Because boom, another slip. Knowing that Dwight Powell is already there and I don't got to try to hit on this screen. We already have our angles. Defender who's guarding the ball, trailing the play. Player who's now guarding me, he's trying to guard too. And now I attack, and my goal now is to get behind the player that was guarding me and is trying to guard too, right? Because if I'm able to make this roll and I could get behind your back, you're now throwing this pass and you have to open your whole body up, right? And then try to jump. And by that time, I'll already be in the air. You're going to hit me. Or you could just try to jump backwards. And we already know how jumping backwards goes a lot, right? You've seen that exactly with Anthony Davis's lob when he dunked over Jaren Jackson in the playoffs this past season, right? Try to jump backwards. What happens when you jump backwards? You're not going to get high. Or you're not going to get higher than the player that's jumping for that lob. So now Powell just turns and opens up, hits him on the ground. Even off the ball, right? He's recognizing gaps. Just like when he's in a pick and roll and he sees, all right, I could be able to get behind this big who's trying to play too, right? He's here, engages this going on over here. This big is thinking, all right, he's going to step up. I may have to communicate, just play a drop. And it immediately just dives down behind the big. And there's no help side defense because this corner is empty. And this player is on this side, just on the other side. So boom, lob. Same thing over and over, right? Boom, he gets his block. The pace, though, matching his pace, right? Ball handler gets it, waits for the big, slip again. Notice right here, though. Notice exactly right here. The stutter steps right there. To allow the ball handler to be able to get to the proper space for him to be able to be ready to throw that pass to him. This is conscious play. This is IQ plays. And so literally, if you take a player like this and put him 14th spot, 13th spot on the team, and he teaches some of your young bigs how to be able to make these reads, that's doing much better than just taking that spot and giving it to a young dude who's just, you're hoping he taps into some crazy amount of potential that you know he don't got. So
Denver for 4 years from 2008 to 2012.
hey, he tried to get that back
Actually was
tap.
a Mavericks player for a few months.
Pace again.
He got traded on draft night in 2000.
Alright. Hey, Pace. Hey, Pace, bro. Pace, bro.
4 years from 2008 to
Pace, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Let's do it. How to get that footage? He shot the pool. What? He shot the pool. What? He shot the pool. What? Never get in the car with Ernie.
I had to, bro. It's too tough, bro. I had to throw it on, bro. Look, the way they're in sync every single time, right? And how every single time he's seeing the gap and he's going, right? Boom. I see a gap. I go. I sprint hard, right? I don't got it. Let's bring it right back. Let's run it. Let's run it again, right? Boom. Faked it out. Because I got my player to now step up. In anticipation, I'm going to go set another screen. And so now, damn near from half court. You know how sharp you have to be on this timing to get this, right? To where this player up here is also seeing this. And as soon as he saw this turn, he was like, oh, where do I throw this? Near that rim. Near that rim.